Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Here we go, writing our essay. Excerpt from A Daughter of the Sea. Okay, so to recap what we did yesterday, we read through our story. We highlighted, we underlined, we circled, we looked for important information. We read through the story and were introduced to two girls named Leanne and Shawnee. And they're members of this biology club. And they're on the beach and they discover this pilot whale. And this pilot whale is coming toward the ocean, toward the beach like this, out of the ocean. And if it runs on the sand, it's going to get stuck. That's called beaching themselves. So they're worried that this whale is going to beach itself. So Leanne and Shawnee are working really, really hard to keep this whale from getting stuck. They talk about one more time. Let's try to get him turned around. They're digging their toes into the sand and pushing. You have to try. You're a son of the sea. Then they talk about Junior trying to dive in the shallow water. Junior is the whale. The others let go, but Leanne stays determined and stays with that whale. Brave whale, big whale, go back to the sea, she commands. She loses track of time. Over and over, she keeps trying to point this whale in the right direction. As we read on, we got a lot of details about how tired, how cold these girls are. The veterinarian shows up and wades into the surf to check on Junior's condition, and Leanne throws off her blanket and goes back into the water, even though we've said how tired and cold she was. We come to the end and we find out, but will he be able to survive without his pod? And the veterinarian says we'll release him with another whale community. And it's a good thing you found him when you did to keep him from actually beaching himself and getting himself hurt. So we got a lot of information here in our story, which is why we like to highlight so that we can go back and find it easily. Then we came to our planning page yesterday, and I know a lot of you had some trouble, and that's okay. What I attached in the emails this morning with this video is a copy of my planning page so that you can see it. My planning page looks like this. I have all of our important things on the top. Remembering to restate, and I put wraps down the side. Restate, answer, prove it once, prove it twice, and then sum it up. Then I wrote down our questions that we have to work on. I know I have to identify the theme of the story. I know I have to explain those events. And I know I have to support it with 2 pieces of text evidence. So if my question is all about theme, I need to know what a theme is. You should have your test prep folder with you. And if you do, on the top flap, we have theme. It's the life lesson that readers can learn and apply to their lives. So I wrote that down on my planning page. A life lesson that readers can apply to their lives. So then I sat there and I thought about it. And we talked about this on Zoom yesterday. What do all these green highlighted things have in common? What does it tell us about the kind of girls that Leanne and Shawnee are? And we determined, after reading through our story, that our theme is to always keep trying, to not give up, or to do your best. Some of you got answers like this yesterday, and that's really, really wonderful. So now we have to find text evidence that will support our theme of not giving up, try my best, always keep trying. So we went into the story, and we go back to our green highlighted information. Where in the story do you see something that will tell us that Leanne and Shawnee are determined, that they're not giving up, that they're going to keep trying? The first thing we found was in paragraph 5. It says, he broke off as the whale's tail whapped down on the water, practically drowning its would-be rescuers. "One more time, group," Mr. Manning ordered. "Let's try to get him turned around." That shows me that Mr. Manning is not giving up, that he is determined, that he's going to keep trying. So I added that from paragraph 5, one more time. Then we said paragraph 6 had some good information. Leon dug her toes into the sand and grabbed a hold of the young whale's flipper. "You have to try," she shouted at him. I can just hear her. "You have to try. She's willing him. You have to do it. You can't give up." She's begging him to do his best. So I added that one on my list of text evidence. Paragraph 6. Leon not giving up. She dug her toes into the sand. Then we collected evidence from paragraph 7 yesterday. In paragraph 7, in paragraph 7, it says, Junior tried to dive in the shallow water. The others let go, but Leon stayed with him. She's staying with him despite everybody else leaving. So I thought that really showed determination. That showed her not giving up. The others let go, but Leon stayed. And finally, we found evidence from paragraph 9. We said that she lost track of time, and over they caught and pointed Junior in the right direction. Junior is the whale. Junior is the whale. They caught the whale and pointed him in the right direction, only to have him swim back toward the shore. I think we all know how frustrating it is when we try to do something and it just keeps happening again. So imagine how frustrated Leanne feels pointing this whale in the same direction over and over again, but he just keeps coming back toward the shore. It's frustrating, but she doesn't give up. So we put that on our list of text evidence. Paragraph 9. Over, they caught and pointed Junior in the right direction. So now we have all of this information, just like all of our other paragraphs that we've written before. We have our planning page, and the reason we plan is so that the essay comes out piece by piece by piece, so we don't get overwhelmed by this big, long essay. It's just little pieces. First, we're going to restate. Then we're going to answer. Then we're going to prove it once. Then we're going to prove it twice. Then we're going to sum it up. And look, it's all done for us. We're going to take their words when restating the question. The answer is right here. We already found the answer. It's asking us to prove it twice. Look, we've proved it 4 times already. And then we just have to sum it up. 1 to 2 sentences showing them that you figured out all of their answers. We can do this. Okay. So now I'm looking at my essay page, my long response. It's asking me, what is the theme of Excerpt from A Daughter of the Sea? That's it. That's our first question. What's our first step? Restate. Give their words back to them. What is a theme of Excerpt from A Daughter of the Sea? Think about it for a second. Pause the video if you have to. And think about how you would restate their exact words. Okay, what did you come up with? We're restating. We're giving them back the exact words that they asked us. So you should have come up with something like this. Don't forget to indent the theme of excerpt, which means piece of, from a daughter. I'm just skipping lines so it's easier for you guys to see. The theme of excerpt from A Daughter of the Sea is. That's it. You're giving them their words back. It's asking you, what is the theme from excerpt of A Daughter of the Sea? And you're telling them, the theme of excerpt from A Daughter of the Sea is. And we have that answer right here on our planning page. What is the theme? Always keep trying. Don't give up. Do your best. I'm going to go with this one, to not give up. I like determination, and that's what I think Leanne and Shawnee had in this story. The theme of excerpt from A Daughter of the Sea is to never give up. There you go. Restate. How do events in the story help develop the theme? That's going to be your answer and your prove it. So before I get into that, because that's what you're going to do on your own, it's okay. Take a deep breath. I just want to give our readers a little bit of background information so that we can get ready to explain the story to them. We can't just jump into answering because you have to give your reader a little bit of information about the story. So, now that I've introduced the theme, I want to tell the reader what this story was about. And a lot of that information will come from this little blurb that hopefully everybody should have read when we started to read the story. I want to tell our readers a little bit about Leanne and Shawnee. So I'm going to tell them, I'm going to put an exclamation point there because they're never giving up. So we meet Leanne and Shawnee. What are they doing? They're on an outing with their biology club, and they see a pilot whale coming toward the beach. And the club advisor, Mr. Manning, asks Leanne and Shawnee to help turn the whale toward the open sea. But that whale keeps heading to shore. So, when Leanne and Shawnee discover that a pilot whale is in danger of beaching itself, and dying, the two girls and the other members of the biology club decide. What do they decide to do? To try and stop the whale from beaching itself. Okay. So we get the theme is to never give up. When Leon and Shawnee discover that a pilot whale is in danger of beaching itself and dying, the two girls and the other members of the biology club decide to try and stop the whale until help arrives. Okay. So now, how do the events in the story help develop the theme? So now we're going to start our body paragraph. We're going to answer the second question. We're going to use 2 pieces of text evidence. And finally, we will sum it up. So this is what you guys are going to do on your own until we meet tonight. You are going to start your body paragraph. So if this line was not here, and this was a long continuous page, we'd be working on our second paragraph. You're going to indent, and you're going to tell me. Here, pretend this looks like this. Ready? Pretend my paper looks like that. Okay? Now we're going to indent, and we will say, throughout the story. There are many events. That help to develop this theme. Now, we're going to prove it. So make sure you're using words like one example is I know this because. The story says. These are the words we use when we want to prove it. Draw attention to your story. Show the reader that you are answering their question. I know this because the story says. One example is. I have it all set up for you. Together, we wrote out our introduction. We introduced the problem and we answered their question of what is the theme of the story. Now we're going into our body. We're going to answer how the events help develop the theme. The events that helped to develop the theme. Now you're going to list them. You're going to prove it. Your classwork, homework tonight, when we meet at Zoom, I want you to write your body paragraph. I want two details. I want you to sum it up. And when we come together tonight on Zoom, we're going to share out what 2 details you chose. You're going to share out how you summed up your essay. You guys can do this. I know you can. Your details are here for you on your planning page. Sum it up is just 2 sentences wrapping up your ideas. I am available. You can message me. We can do this. I will see you all tonight at 6 o'clock so that we can talk about our essay. Everybody stay safe, Stay healthy, and I'll see you later. Bye.